we say goodbye today to the developers of this game. What's the name of the developers?
Defiant Development.
Defiant Developments, who apparently are no longer with us. They will be remembered. Deviant Development?
Defiant. Welcome everybody
okay.
to Hand of Fate 2, a game I wanted to do a look at because I was okay. My quick background: I was introduced to this game when Vinny from Vine Sauce streamed it, and I was like, "Whoa, this actually is really unique, and I like this."
All right, which devious schools are playing with my cards again?
Nah, this is the Epiphanous. I don't know the adjective to use there. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop sounding. I'm gonna stop trying to sound smart. This is the important guy. His name is the dealer.
Today is
First,
the
you must
last
pick
day
if
of
you're a man or
school.
woman.
Shlo. Why can't I say
I'm
shlo?
gonna
Okay,
be-
it's the last day of teaching building.
I'm gonna be a woman just because I don't like the way that man on the left was looking at me.
I thought you were about to say I don't like the way he's cradling that moose.
It looks like like his little tea leaf was about to fly at any moment.
You know where they end, for you are here.
This guy sounds like Alan
the-
Rickman, doing a very good Alan Rickman impression.
I'll look that up honestly because this is pretty much the primary voice actor for the whole game. And he does a pretty good job of being a narrator. The Fool is our that's like the title of this chapter because tarot cards.
Oh,
Yay!
the fool. That's just the rest. That's just all of us here.
Actually, since I have the icon of the Snatcher, Fool!
You've stumbled many miles to this forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you are determined to reclaim your father's amulet.
So
I'm not going to read all
So
of
wait,
this, but
is this game essentially just an elaborate game of Dungeons and Dragons?
more or less. I'm not going to read all of it here. I'm going to try to move closer to eavesdrop on the thieves.
By the way, the actor's name is Anthony Scordy. He is a London actor,
Pick a card.
and oh dear lord,
What?
he
Dang it!
so
Ow!
he was in The Queen's Corgi.
Oh.
Wow. You try to eavesdrop on the conspiring thieves, but their voices are muffled by the bushes, so I could not hear anything.
And that's.
But I seem to spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to market.
Ooh.
Should I leap to the farmers' defense, offer to help them, warning them it won't come for free, or help the thieves with their extortion?
Well, you're kind of living out on the streets right now. You could probably put some bread on the table.
But I'm a good guy. I want to
Yeah,
be
well, being a good guy doesn't get you, the good guy doesn't put dinner on the table.
Hey, I like being
So,
a good
I'm
guy
gonna-
out there.
So I'm going to jump to the defense, and now it's time to show you how the combat works.
Combat.
Okay, I might get this game.
So
Just
the way this works
idea.
is after you have those tabletop elements up there. Whenever we enter combat, we actually enter in a combat system that almost reminds me of Arkham Asylum.
Oh, cool.
Arkham Asylum.
Here are the thugs, because now whenever we go into combat, we don't just play the game. We attack frequently, we live the game.
Oh, for a moment I thought you were going to say, not only do we play the game, we are the game.
The game plays us, and you're like, what the? Yep, and John's joined us for this as well, as well as hype along for the ride. Let's run in there and start swinging.
As well as.
Yeah, you are the site now. You're fine.
Actually,
so,
honestly,
now I'm.
okay. You say Arkham. So like an Arkham hack and slash. So basically, the Shadow of Mordor.
I guess so. Actually, yeah. I guess it is kind of like Lords of. I guess it is like Lords of Mordor, especially with this counter attack. Like, whenever they glow green, you want to hit the triangle button to bash them, and then you can riposte them if your time is right. Just know that all of your movements.
And they have the same kind of
and they
ragdoll
ragdoll.
physics.
It's awesome. Just know that all of your actions have a bit of an animation to them, so you need to keep your timing in mind.
Actually,
You can't just swing and block right away.
Just speaking of Arkham, just as a reminder, the first game is 10 years old now.
Dang. Anyway, we got some food for saving them.
Oh, well, I guess we get some food on the table after all.
Food is used in a lot of cases. In longer quests, you can rest at a campfire and eat food for health. But more often than not, food is used whenever you want to explore a new card, because those cards on the table, that's actually our pseudo map.
Can I-
we move about on that board from card to card.
Can I just say that this is the biggest missed opportunity to have this guy. Anthony Scorty, I'm pretty sure you're a good guy, but should have been Matthew Mercer.
I
Why?
suppose. Oh, because of Critical Role.
Yeah,
Oh, while enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It is a goblin, dressed in what must pass for goblin finery.
Huh.
From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks. I've been roaming. I'm not doing that in voices.
You know,
I'm
like,
a
just
brother
random
for
things.
hours trying to find. Hold
We
on.
must get out this
God
over
dang it.
quickly if I have any hope of getting all the people on my list before sunrise.
I
There'll be
wanted
plenty
to
of other
give him a
characters, Matt, don't
meatwad
worry.
voice, damn it.
Don't
We've
worry,
already had
Matt, there'll
enough
be plenty of
meatwad
other
in the past,
characters.
Matt.
Wait.
The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Do I have to leave the sack? Do I have to leave the sack? Can I just grab it? I just want to
Just
feel
I'll
it.
leave it in this sack.
It's like, I'll leave it here. I just want to be able to feel it in my warm hands.
I'm gonna take the soldier's. Let's see. We have a soldier's sword that can riposte. It's one-handed, I believe. Then so there's also equipment that is this is two-handed, but I can bash enemies. So there's also typical RPG elements, but I'll say this game also has some roguelike elements only in the sense of whenever we start one of these quests. I'm just showing off the intro and the tutorial quest. Whenever you're starting a quest, you can actually select which encounter cards you want to have be in the deck. Say if you're trying to reach the completion of something in a choose your own adventure kind of story.
Uh-huh.
And so it's roguelike in that you always start off with the same stats in each quest, and you're trying to work your way towards the end through, honestly, as you've already noticed with that pick a card,
This card has
sometimes
a
you just have to use sheer luck
Can you find
and
it?
just hope for the best. But you can you can later down the line learn new skills that will hopefully help tilt the odds in your favor at times. Like I can get a power up later on that allows me to actually redo the card draw if I fail once.
Huh, that's cool.
Stuff like that.
But yeah,
Alright,
just
so let's see. Okay. Speaking of which, I need to try and see if I can draw the success card this time and find the forest folk. Hooray!
Hey.
Now we get that lemon cake.
But yeah,
Hooray!
just going to Critical Role for a bit. A random thought I had in my mind, and because I know that they do occasionally have guest stars here and there, like other voice actors as guest stars. For some reason, I had the idea of what if for one Critical Role campaign they bring in a guest star who's more
This is
oriented
yours
towards
now.
like cartoons.
Even
what
if
if they
you
bring
lose
someone
the
like Phil
challenge,
Lamar or
you
Rob
have
Paulson
earned
into a
this
campaign?
You do know that Will Friedle and Carrie Payton
Nothing
have
could
been
be
on
more
their
fitting now than
videos,
meeting
right?
the mage who started
I
this
know. Well,
all,
I just mean like
or
more
at least
classic cartoon-like
started to go.
voices.
Will Friedle and Carrie Payton aren't classic?
I will say, what happened there in that previous card. By the way, we're about to confront the mage who took all of our stuff, who took our amulet. It turns out they're actually all like. It turns out the leader and his goons are actually all starting to argue amongst themselves now. But I was gonna say, what happened back there with that token is, like I mentioned with wanting to maybe redo cards. If it was possible that if I drew a failure card, I would not have gotten the token because I would not have succeeded the encounter in that card of finding the fairy folk.
That honestly sounds
In
an
which
awful
case-
lot. In a way that almost reminds me of how in the Crazy Chase, if you end up failing the level, you have to try it again. Like you can still clear it, but you screw out of like the game's ultimate items, which were the hunting
Right.
hearts.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
That's pretty much how it works.
I'm just saying, tell me you would not be amused by the thought of Yakko flirting with Laura Bailey's character or the like.
Yes, but
I
again,
would love if Rob Paulson went full on voice actor.
yeah, but I don't know if Rob Paulson has that. knows anything about.
I would pay money, as a TV pay-per-view thing. I would pay money if they did an entire run where Red Guy was the DM.
Oh God.
No, like,
Hello, everyone. It's me, the Dungeon Master.
yeah, they,
enter a long and cold,
No, they-
child. I don't know. I
no,
don't
they
like that.
they had a lot of like big name actors, not just anime. Again, Carrie Payton, Will Friedle, Joe Manganiello, stuff like them. Hell, Joe Manganiello is a big name, just actor.
So that being said, I'm gonna say I love how there is luck, but when it comes to the combat, I can just use whatever skill I have to I can't. I do feel like I'm in somewhat control, and it's not just like a full-on pick a card. I like that sense of involvement.
By the way,
encounters.
apologies, Joe Mangelin. How the fuck do I pronounce that name?
And thus we meet the leader, who
Manganiello?
apparently actually. So apparently we meet the leader named Malaclips, who actually was trying to be a good guy, like in the sense of the thieves liked to mug and kill people back then. But he tried to be more of a good guy.
I like how the good guy, the good one, is named Malaclips.
Shush, he's a dark mage. He's cool though.
I just
Yeah,
thought
he was
of-
saying that they were killing people, so he tried to turn it into just stealing stuff, but I don't know.
Like, for some reason, just going back to, like, I love the idea of Charlie Adler as a DM. The idea of, like, Bill Fagerbeek as a DM, but he's in character as Patrick.
Oh God.
You come across...
You come across a Krabby Patty.
a treasure chest? Yeah, that.
Wait,
and then
so
you,
which
Treasure
amulet
chest
is
filled with
ours?
Krabby Patties.
honestly, I think it's just customization. I have not figured out what the true purpose of these are yet. So I'm just gonna go with Lion, or if one of the other ones looks cooler, you can always change it later.
Yay!
It's just
We
character
actually
stuff.
get party
Oh.
members. That's cool.
I'm sorry, real quick. Going back to the whole Patrick as a dungeon master thing, I could just think to myself, part of like he just takes a card, like, get out of jail free card.
Patrick, that's the wrong card.
Are we transporting into the... Oh, is this character customization now? What?
Yep, character customization with our character, and that's Malaclips on the on the trunk. So time to see our Bjorn.
Hi there.
I'm gonna work with what I got. Okay, so
Oh, come on.
Let's see here.
All people are beautiful, aren't they?
I'll stick to the line, and there we go. I'm gonna
Mine?
keep this mohawk look.
What?
So, but and as Matt was talking about, yes, you can meet other party members, and they actually do affect certain encounters, including combat and even these normal card counters. Like sometimes they'll be better in like negotiations. Sometimes they'll know the land better and be able to help you out in those experiences.
I'm so sorry, but after all our talk about Charlie Adler being a DM or
DM,
Bill
yeah.
Fagerbeek, Charles Martinet is Wario as the DM.
You'll come across a giant room filled with treasure. Actually, hang on. Just go away for a second. I have some things to do.
Will you please excuse me? I need some alone time. It's like
okay,
Wario.
I
It's like
can-
Wario. This is
okay,
the
I
fourth
know.
time.
Ooh,
today.
arm wrestling.
Ooh, arm wrestling. You must enter a competition of strength. A gold prize is available to the winner. There are many different games of chance in this. We've already seen pick a card. You have a pendulum on the far right there, that red triangular thing. It swings. You have to stop it. Of course, we got the old dice game. I need to try and roll higher than a 10.
Dice are another small
Come on,
And-
Gary needs a new pair of shoes.
Shoes.
Roll.
No, he doesn't wear shoes.
Shoot. But you get one reroll, so you can select how many dice you want to roll.
Hype, I'd like to call Bull, considering that one episode where he
There we
helped
go.
SpongeBob relearn how to tie his shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, just for a sight gag. You never see him again.
Yeah, but
But that doesn't,
it's there.
that doesn't dissuade the fact that he does indeed wear shoes.
But hurry, we get gold. Also, I guess I should throw this out there.
Full of hot air.
I should throw this out there for anyone wondering. Gold, food, and health is not cumulative between quests. The gold is only used during this quest. The true values that I'm trying to get here are tokens, or I'm trying to get equipment that I can use in other quests. That's the real loot I'm after here. Not gold. Gold can help me get to that, but gold outside of this quest, any gold I get here is practically worthless.
Gotcha. So
So
let's see.
you wanna
Let's see
try
if the
and
dice
make
will let us help the poor lady.
Hooray, they do.
Growing tradition.
I believe if you, I believe if you fail, kind of a retcon thing. I believe if you fail this dice roll, the woman turns out to actually be a thief in disguise and ambushes you all.
Oh.
But so fortunately, I actually got to help her
Oh,
and
that's
not get
good.
ambushed. But yeah, so now we're going a little bit further into
Water
this.
is a symbol for
Map,
the
how do you
main
feel
force
about
of
this game at the
charm.
moment?
This looks like a lot of fun.
What is it you're thinking
I most definitely
What
will try
concern is
try
yours?
this game sometime.
of?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's right,
looks
yeah,
a
'cause I
lot
actually
of
was-
fun.
To the waters of
Because I was gonna say, I actually had no idea this game is available on the Nintendo Switch right
Yeah.
now.
If I
what's
had
about-
money, I would get it.
What's
Fair.
about you, John? I know we haven't given you a whole lot of room to talk, but what do you think of what you see so far?
I've seen, I think it was Hand of Fate 1, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this game to a certain extent. to a certain extent, but I don't know like the super deep, details into this game, and the fact that it has a massive rule book and a massive rule book thrown into the mix, which since I'm going to college for game design, that's actually really interesting to me because you learn.
I'm sorry, that moving all in motion, all you can think of is night.
You know what? In a D&D campaign, that wouldn't be too out of the ordinary.
I mean, to be fair, John and I's old D&D campaign had us fight fucking Hulk Hogan.
And as you're noticing up right there, if I do enough hits, I can use a super
Get out of
move.
here.
Actually, just if we're allowed to share our own personal D&D stories, I remember
Run to the bush.
I was about to say, I remember one campaign that I did with my buddy Fairfield, on the Blue Moon days we played. There's one point where we come across this giant dragon, David was describing the dragon in vivid detail, and as soon as he's done, one of our party members goes, "Can I roll to seduce?"
Now that you do know that's very common. That is very common.
It is absolutely
it was just
possible.
the timing that got us all.
I can imagine it's like his fire breath is able to smoke. There's just silence. Can I roll to seduce?
No,
I can see that being really funny.
No, I just feel like when I was going his fire breath can do that. I know what else it can do. I roll to seduce.
But I agree with Hype. I love the bluntness after a pause like that, after all this built up. James, what do you think of the game and stuff here?
I mean,
Fate 2?
it looks like a fairly fun little diversion, if anything else. I mean,
There's, as you can see, definitely may not be the game for you or for someone if they're not into a lot of reading and a lot of this lore kind of stuff.
right.
It's
I mean,
kind
I
of the game
think this might be a game I'd probably get a kick out of at least once or twice.
Okay. Because, as you no doubt already realized with all these cards, this isn't the kind of game where there's a lot of cutscenes. It's a lot of, like that kind of, just like that tabletop stuff where a lot of it is just happening and you have to imagine it as you read it. But, I think, long story short, we were talking about this in the previous Bright Memory thing about interactive stories. I like that with the games of chance and combat, they still make it interactive enough that it is still a game experience.
Oh yeah,
not just
that I
read a
do
book.
think that I will definitely give to this game. I do appreciate that there are times where you actually do get to control your fate.
So I'm going to join it. So I'm going to watch a local go first so I know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm joining in a carnival where they whack a piñata and they get all the gold and stuff that falls out if they're fast enough. So now that I've watched someone do it first, I'm a little more experienced. I'm going to accept the blindfold, take the club into my hands.
And a huge success,
Let's see if I can get the huge success.
And survey says...
And just normal success.
Better than nothing.
I think if I did a huge success, I would have smashed the dang thing and everything would have come out. Here, only some of the stuff came out. But now I have to quickly try and get to the gold before somebody else takes it.
Oh,
it's on the
shit.
ground now. Hurry, get the gold, get the gold. Shoot!
Damn it! Well,
A young child shoveled everything into his basket and ran off.
Hey, get back here, kid.
aw, that was a waste of my time.
I now imagine Wario just jumping onto the table. Oh yeah, that's right. Malaclips asked us to... Malaclips earlier said something along the lines of, "Cool, now that we're friends, I think I need to tell you, we owe a lot of money to a guy, and I think as friends, we need to help pay that guy now."
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh.
And I'm like, thanks, Malaclips. So now we're going to the graveyard to go pay off a friend of Malaclips's. So, you could select keep exploring if you want to go to any unflipped over cards, but I'm pretty good, so let's go and greet Bigness. Looks like you turned up after all.
Well, all the cards are flipped over.
Right, that's why I did not select keep exploring, but it is totally possible to reach the end without going to every card. But again, with limited food and stuff, sometimes you may not get the chance to go to everything.
I'm really sorry. I don't know how much we're bothering Matt about our butchering of Critical Role, but I had the idea of Richard Horvis as Zim as the Dungeon Master. I
wouldn't mind. I mean, I've seen parts where he does the narrator job really funny. A la Destroy All Humans. So I'm hopeful if the Destroy All Humans remaster will be any good.
So apparently,
he didn't like it,
happened.
and he did not like it because Malaclips wanted to leave the Thieves Guild, and Matt knows and other people know you do not just leave the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, pretty much.
You took a blood oath, mate, and now it's gonna be your blood on this floor.
Now we have to fight Vignis, the Crazed. Who they have Molotov cocktails and also have alcohol to breathe fire. So just be very wary of that if you're weak to fire.
He looks like a psycho from Dead Rising.
Kinda does.
It does. Evade. Red attacks. The green means that you can block and then parry, riposte, or whatever. Red means get away from the area because there's no way you'll be able to block it. Okay, so that's him. But other than that, yeah, like there's a lot to this. There's so much more to this that I'm not able to show off because I'm really just showing off the first quest. There is thank you, Invincibility Frames. There are different there are different chance games. There are different characters I can find. There are they add little twists to things. Like sometimes it's not all just about killing stuff. Sometimes it's about finding things. Sometimes it's about collecting enough treasure to pay off a guy at the end. Sometimes it's about, hey, you have all this gold, don't lose it by the end. You can sometimes enter you can sometimes enter dungeons that basically become like obstacle courses. They do a lot. And on Steam, which I'm playing this, and on Steam, and then finish off. Finish
right on.
Finish him again.
If you look, we kind of stabbed him in the dick. So
yeah, and as someone who's playing this on PC, it has Steam Workshop compatibility, which means people have been creating their own custom cards and stuff. It's like Hat in Time with all the custom stuff they created.
Interesting.
But yeah, now let's scratch his chin. It seems to be some savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy. Like maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea, but we had no choice. So it's not like there was a good ending to this. So we did it. So now we get to look over all the tokens we won, and thus all of the new cards we get to start seeing. We get to start seeing unlocked.
Ooh.
We get ourselves a new weapon that can drop.
that looks exactly like Rebellion.
We get these are new encounter cards that can appear in the deck, and I can add them to a quest so I can experience things like the next level of arm wrestling.
And for hurting battle clips.
We get ourselves a new party member, and every new party member has their own little personal quest that they're going on that we can help them out with.
That's awesome. So yeah, it very
this, I
much
believe,
is
is a new
like
expansion
D&D.
that
This
happened.
is fun.
Yeah.
So I think personally, for the value of about $30, I think there is quite a lot. There's replayability. Like technically, I could replay this mission, James, but I could use these new cards and thus experience new things happening. So
That's interesting.
I do like that sort of it. And yeah,
Welcome
this
to my
is
challenges.
this should appear
Together,
here.
we will traverse 22
me,
paths
22
of
different
wisdom
quests.
and
Whoa.
despair, in the hope of awakening.
We just finished one of them. So yeah, and that'll stop to look at there. But yeah, no, they have.
Just say it's a catch
a lot.
22.
Why not?
I think it seems to be all about the tarot cards stuff because like the next one was going to be called the Magician and so on and so forth. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off because it's a game that I've been having a lot of fun with in my spare time with. Again, not gonna lie, there's definitely RNG elements. You can totally screw up some of that stuff. You have to keep playing it, try and get the right, get some good chance, or again, get power-ups later that can help you out, party members that can assist with it. But yeah, I think the game is worth looking at. It is unfortunate, as we started this video off with, it is unfortunate that the developer is no longer like in operation.
Oh, well.
But this game looks like a
Yeah.
lot of fun, and I definitely want to give it a try.
All right, and yeah, so that's the action RPG in a sense of Hand of Fate 2. It's basically I didn't show Hand of Fate 1 because Hand of Fate 2 it's kind of like what I did with Audio Surf 2. Hand of Fate 2 is basically Hand of Fate 1 but with better stuff. So it seems and as you've seen, like I don't think you have to play Hand of Fate 1 to get the story of Hand of Fate 2. It's
That's
very
fair.
like inconsequential.
Like as you said, it's essentially just a D&D campaign, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, with that said, thank you all so much for joining us for this little look at. We'll see you all in the next weird, quirky game I show off.
Till next time, everybody.
Till next time.
Bye.
Join us next time for Terra Strong as Bubbles as the DM.